Good morning. I am making a D&D class. I might have strong arm talked my artist cousin into drawing artwork for it, and now if I don't finish doing this in 5 weeks, I have to pay him $300 because I have flaked out on too many things. I've already burned a week doing nothing, and it is time to begin because there's nothing else to do but start. The idea I had for the class is an arcane fashionista. Think of a bard mixed with an artificer. I originally made this class as part of my Glamour Magician book. I made a whole TTRPG project just based off that book, and so I have to kind of adapt everything. So I wrote down all the abilities that I could think of, the names, and just some new ones that maybe sounded cool. And I just put them into a loose chart by level. And with all of that complete, I got the first step of the process done. So I finished that. I changed shirts and everything. I changed shirts because the purple shirt, the armpits, you could kind of see into them. I haven't shaved my armpits in a few days. And I don't want to be showing the world that because now I have to go door dashing. Yes, I have to make a living, I have to make money. I'll DoorDash for 4.5 hours and then I will finish making those classes. And this feels like a good time to mention that I have a Patreon. Woohoo! On my Patreon, I have an unpublished book that I probably won't publish for about a year or two. It's called Coolio Mustachio. It's the first book I wrote. If that's not your thing, I also have the exclusive Discord Patreon access. And I also have early access videos. If you are interested in supporting me as an artist, the link is in the description. Back to the video. So I have finished door dashing and I am so exhausted. Ended up raining and pouring and I was doing orders like every 5 minutes and I made like barely 15 an hour. Anyways, that's not the point of this video. I have more progress to do. Finished step 1, which is just like kind of a rough outline of what I want the class to look like, what I want the abilities to sound like, and kind of just brief descriptions of what I want to do. And so it's time for step 2.5. Take all of this rough ideas and write actual abilities for all of them. And then I am going to start on step 3 as I'm doing this step as well, which is to make it look pretty. The spellcasting of the class is no spells. It's more like Warlock where you get these charms as you level up. I think at level 20 you get 6 charms and you like sew the charms onto your clothes and determine the effect beforehand based off like a table and your subclass. So this Arcane Fashionista class will have 2 subclasses. I have a Fashion Savant and Fashion Diva as the 2 classes. Fashion Savant is more focused on healing. The Fashion Diva is more focused on like damage. Of course, it's not going to be as like powerful as like a wizard fireball or something, but it's like just kind of gives you more options depending on the direction you want to go. If you want to go like completely support buff and heal, then you'll be the Fashion Savant. If you want to be like kind of support but can like dish out damage in an emergency, then you'll be a Fashion Diva. I didn't get as far as I wanted to. It took me a lot longer to just just copy the shape of this, even though it's not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect yet, so maybe I got a little carried away, and then just so much time like organizing it, looking at the font, going back and forth and seeing. Like I got this font pretty spot on, but I need to finish the rest. So here are some of the things I have to write. It's like the enchanting threads and things. And over here, we have like kind of the original idea that this class comes from, which will be a little bit helpful. The only thing is it was made for my own TTRPG system, which is vastly different from this. So I'm going to be adapting it. I don't know if that makes it easier or harder. It's easier because I already have some material to work with. It's harder because I get a lot of energy in coming up with new ideas, and just adapting it is like a little bit more boring. It's like translating. But I'm enjoying this so far. And my cousin's artwork will go like right here on the side, and then there will be some flavor text. And then I might have like a close-up of my cousin's like artwork, like maybe the face of the class, or like if he draws more details or scenery or background, and that will go like right here. And then this is like the overview page that you're used to, and then there's usually like 2 to 3 pages of class info. and that's what I need to work on next. I, however, am exhausted, and there's only so much that I can do in a day, and so I am going to come back to this tomorrow because this body can't work more than 10 hours in a day, and between door dashing and editing this YouTube video and my daily TikToks that take about an hour to make, and then the 2 hours I've already spent on here, I think it's time to eat some food. So I'm going to come back to this tomorrow. Hopefully the ideas I have for everything don't leave me. I have some notes of what I'm supposed to do, so maybe that will help, and we'll see from there. So, been a couple of weeks and I have procrastinated. I did a game jam with a friend. I wrote like 5,000 words of my book, which is my usual thing I do, but I only made like 3 hours of progress. But let me share with you what I did so far. I made 7 different charms. So one of the main functions of the class is instead of spells, you have charms, and you sew these charms kind of onto your clothes. And the idea came from, I've always thought it'd be cool to have a magic system where your magic depends on what type of clothes you wear. And it kind of goes in line with the book I'm writing right now, but with the arcane fashionista, that's like their bread and butter. And so without any like subclasses or anything, these are the 7 charms you get. You get the flame charm. The threads in your clothes unravel and it does 2d6 fire damage. And then you have the stasis charm. You place a willing creature in a temporary stasis and they gain temporary HP and for the next minute are immune to lesser diseases and conditions. Then you have the lightning charm. This one also does 2d6 lightning damage and it like spreads. I mean, there's a little bit more nuance to all of them because how it works is whatever charm you have the most of gives you a passive buff until you use it up. And then you have the star charm, which as a reaction you can kind of do a shield and reduce damage, and then your unarmored defense is increased by 2 if it's your most and that's your passive ability. We have the poison charm. It's another 2d6 damage, but this time they make a saving throw and they are poisoned or they take half damage if they succeed. We have the eye charm. This one was cool. I'm a little worried it's overpowered, but with the eye charm you can use it to give a willing creature +1 to hit and +2 to perception for the next minute. Then we have the Death Charm, and the Death Charm is probably one of my favorite. It does 2d6 damage, or if you use it on an ally that's at 0 HP, it gives them 1d6 health plus your spellcasting modifier, which is very cool. So I would say this class is like 35% complete. I need to finish the subclasses. Let's see, I have here. I also have something called Arcane Embroidery. It's like, I want it to do something with like cloaks of billowing and like the cloaks of flying because there's so many like clothing based magical items in D&D. I want this to be like, maybe it's the sewing pattern for those, and then like with enough gold and stuff you can make it. It's hard. I'm gonna have to look at the Artificer class because I don't want to make something that's overpowered. And then we also have the Grand Arcane Showcase, which is a level 20 ability. And then we have the Imperial Wardrobe, which is going to be a little harder. I might just get rid of the Imperial Wardrobe because I feel like I already have a lot of things going on. I mean, it's only, I don't know. We're going to see. So here's the thing. I really only have 2 weeks left before I have to pay my cousin $300. And that was to make 2 classes. So you better see another video released in the next 2 weeks or I am down $300 and unemployed. I can't. That would destroy me financially right now. And so we are going to finish the 70% of this project that's left all in one day, which is right now. And let's get some caffeine. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not doing too much. I promise. I promise. Well, now that I have my caffeine, it is time to grind out. It's been about an hour. The subclass is almost done. Alright, the class is finished, just barely on time, and I am about to show you the final reveal. But if you're curious, I used Adobe Illustrator to design most of this class. There's a link in the description to Adobe. I get a small commission if you sign up, so that's super cool. And I had so much fun. If you had fun, please subscribe for more videos about fantasy, writing, and just being creative in general. And without further ado, here we go. The waitress comes with your drinks, sets them down, you guys start to mingle. Go ahead and introduce your character. Hi, I say I'm wearing this like long cloak with charms sewn into it. You see like stars and flame and all sort of different charms in it. And I have great makeup on, and I'm wearing a long dress, and I say, hi, my name is Vivian. I secretly shoot off an enchanting thread and attach it to the other player at the table and say, tell anyone my name is Vivian, I will kill you. And then I smile like nothing ever happened. Yeah, I'm an arcane fashionista. I do lots of things. We're gonna get along just great, but your fashion style needs a little bit of work. I cast Lustrous Mend through the string. I beautify my friend, and let's roll. That gives them 5 temporary hit points. As I do that, their face beautifies and their clothes become fancy, their acne gets covered up, and overall they just have a better appearance. So that's much better. We'll get along just great as long as you do exactly what I say. Proper hygiene is a must. And yeah, I am pretty good. I'm pretty versatile. I show my cloak with all the different charms. I can pretty much do anything here. I can cast fire, I have the star one, I can make a little shield. I'm pretty much a jack of all trades, so you definitely need me, if not just for fashion advice, but also for my magic. And yeah, that's me. I am here. I used to run a fashion shop where I make magical clothing, and now I'm an adventurer, and I use fashion as my magic. It's pretty dang awesome.